Michelle, and I'm the owner of Achievement Fitness, and this is Tim Marie, who's an assistant on the trip, and this is Pepe, Jose. And the three of us have been together doing this trip. This will be our 12th time taking groups of people up there. Tim Marie's done it several other times on her own. We've done it a couple times, but this is pretty exciting. This will be our 12th time taking a group of individuals. The groups range anywhere from 10 to 20 people on our team for the year, and we'll figure out who those people are as you guys come in and get signed up. We're just at the beginning stages, and we're still marketing and doing all of our stuff all the way up until our first hike, which is on May 25th. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go through all the logistic information. Over the years, we've found the most frequently asked questions, and we put all the information there. If you have questions that come up along the way, we're going to have you kind of hold on to them because they'll probably be answered, and then we'll do all the anything that didn't get answered up at the end. All right? So everyone is here for Yosemite, right? Yosemite National Park. It's about a 3.5-hour drive south of here, and we'll kind of caravan together. We'll go down Highway 99 and cut across, and just to kind of put it in perspective, we've had people that have no idea where they were going. So the dates are, our hike dates, our permits are for Thursday, July 25th, but we all go down on Wednesday. Typically we'll caravan where you guys can carpool. You'll start to get to know each other, and then we'll help you set up carpools. If you work that day and you really just can't get out of work, you obviously can come a little bit later, but we encourage you to come in the morning with everyone else so your body starts to acclimate and you're not so stressed. We will require that you are there by 7 p.m. on a Wednesday night because we will have a team meeting. We're going to be checking all of your equipment and make sure that everything is good to go, that you have your hiking shoes, you have everything that you need and brought with you. So that's for Wednesday night. We're going to hike on Thursday. Thursday's our big hike day. And we'll determine what time you leave in the morning based on your speed and your hiking pace. So we'll determine that as we do our practice hikes, and also when we have a qualifier. We have our second qualifier, I believe it's on June, if you look on the back, it's on June 15th. That's our second practice, and that will be the qualifier, and that's probably where we'll determine where we put you into your appropriate group. All right? So some of us will be leaving it, I know it says here, maybe it doesn't say on here. Yeah, typically it's 5 or 6 a.m. We've all been talking this year, and because we're going in the summer, we typically go in September. We anticipate like more crowds than in September, and so we want to make sure that we get there in plenty of time and we're not kind of fighting everyone on the cables. So we're most likely going to have a group leave at 4 a.m. and then we'll have another group leave at 5 a.m. I know you look a little nervous about. I know. I'm
Sure. It's early, but people are so excited. And when you're walking into that early morning time, it's a different element, and it's just. We're walking in the dark one way or the other. We'd rather walk in the dark when we're all fresh and excited than after.
We're going to be walking in the dark at the beginning or the end. We'd rather walk in the dark in the beginning, going uphill, as opposed to at the end, going downhill where it's more of a tripping hazard.
So that will take us, typically we get back to camp on Thursday night anywhere between 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. That's kind of been our average. We don't do the hike super fast, but we have certain deadlines that we know that we have to keep you guys on track in order to get to the cables and get home at those times. And then we'll spend the night. There's a little celebration party on Thursday night after at the village, and then on Friday we spend the night, and then on Friday you guys can kind of sleep, rest, do whatever, hang out long. But the checkout time on Friday is 11 a.m. from the cabins. Okay.
So the accommodations. If I say Curry Village, it's now called Half Dome Village. If any of you know, they are the tent campers. So you will all have your own bed, but you might have to share the room. The rooms typically come with a double bed and a twin or three singles. If you want your own private room, it's going to be an additional $375. The tent cabins are pretty much just what they say. They have a door that is super secure with a little eyeball. And canvas sides and a roof. Some may or may not have electricity, they are not heated. You might want to bring a sleeping bag just in case. It just depends. You never know. We went one year on a Wednesday, but that weekend before, Tioga Road was closed because of snow. So you just never know. They do provide sheets and a wool blanket. So it's a bed. It's a well-used bed. I tend to bring a pad of some sort. It just depends on your comfort.
That's a good idea. I never brought a pad.
I brought a pad, and I always bring my own pillow. The bathrooms, you do not have a private bathroom. They are shared, a bathhouse. You don't have to pay quarters, but you need the code that we will get. And I highly recommend shower shoes. The busiest times are going to be when we come back in the evening, or about 8 or so before people are going the next morning. Usually in the morning when we're getting ready to go, it's not an issue. If you're an early morning shower person, you'll be fine. And they have a couple of different bathhouses. Some are more used than others, but nobody gets a private bath. Nobody has.
It's like a gym bathroom, basically. You walk in, they have curtains so you're not out there nude in front of everybody else. They do have shower curtains so you have some privacy.
The facilities are private, but the showers, it's a bathhouse. Any questions on that? So again, between 3 and 4 per cabin. If you want your own, it's that additional. And the cabins are about a mile from the trailhead. So that's why we tack on an extra mile. If you look at guidebooks, we actually go longer because we're walking from the cabins.
And to be quite honest, it's the closest you can actually get. There's not like a parking lot at the trailhead, so
Unless you sleep in a tent.
unless you
In the
sleep
tent grounds.
exactly.
Yeah, that's not a whole lot closer.
Yeah.
No.
This might be helpful too. We have a few people that have gone on the trip with us several times. So we have
Actually,
Carrie Panther, and Stacy's been on the trip, and Charlie's been on the trip before too.
Charlie is, he went, was it 2 years ago?
Yeah.
But Charlie is our youngest that's gone.
Charlie,
And he went the same year as our oldest, which was not me. As our oldest.
Yeah, he went when he just gotten out of 8th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what we started is it's a wide range of backgrounds coming in. The day of the hike, again, the early start time might cause you to, you're not really going to sleep that well anyway because of the excitement. On the tent cabins, it's canvas between you and the next cabin. So usually at about 10 o'clock, everybody has to be quiet.
it's lights out.
It's lights out at 10. But the early morning time is because we've got like 19 miles to go, and we want you to get there. We want you to get back in time for pizza. Bar closes at what, 10? Pizza closes at 10. Think of a marathon and not a sprint. People are so excited they want to run up the Mist Falls stairs, and we have to kind of rein them in. Because we know the one person in particular had nothing really left at Subdome because they were so excited and wanted it. It was like a child or a puppy. For every mile you do, they're doing this, and he was so excited. And so we just, if we tell you to kind of back off, it's from experience. And I would say that when Michelle's got together her program, everything that we're doing comes from, first it came from theory of let's do this, and then it came from experience of this didn't work, that worked. This didn't work, so let's fix it. So she's got a really good system. She knows what she's doing to get you there and back without injury. You gain 4,000 feet in elevation, so that's why it's a fairly slow pace. You gain 4,000 feet in elevation. It tops out at 8842. We started at about 4,500. That's why even if you can book it, you want to go slow going up because that elevation, and I pretty much the same spot every year for me, I can feel it. And so we just want you to have a safe journey up. and so that you have something left when you get to the top. Lots of stairs and climbing. Michelle's got a training, Carolyn, that if you put your deposit in, you're gonna get. We had a fellow one year who was surprised at that she really meant to practice the stairs. Because like he didn't, and then found out why. And it's like, no, it was on the training calendar. Your legs, obviously, because you got 18 hard miles. Your lungs, you're at elevation, and you got the endurance, or it's just it's a long your arms, because once you're on those cables, you have pulleys, because your legs aren't working because of the angle of the cable, you have pulling yourself on the cable. So totally, it is truly a total body workout. And if you're missing any one of those components, you're going to have a real hard time. It's just not going to happen. If you follow the training calendar and you go on the hikes, you'll be fine. Somebody asked about bathrooms. There are 4 toilet facilities, and they're fine. The first one is running water with flush toilet cans. The others are composting toilets. So they are spaced about an hour apart. So once you go from one facility down, you've got it out, maybe another 6 hours up and down. You have to do it. Depending on your needs, you just go off the road. But somebody was asking, there are the 4 toilet facilities, and they seem to be evenly spaced. We do take breaks. We don't take long breaks initially because we don't want your muscles to cool down and then try to get you back up again. We typically break for you all. You'll have a nice long break when we're pumping your water, and that's kind of like your first breakfast.
Your main breaks are going to be at the water and at the top.
And then,
And we try not to stop for too long. There's bathrooms, and so we tell everybody, hey, if you need to use the restroom, kind of try to plan accordingly, because we want to keep moving. You don't want to cool down. It is a tough hike.
when he said plan accordingly, it's obviously you can't plan your body for when you need a bathroom. But if we're at a break and you think, I would rather you think you need to use the bathroom at the beginning of the break than at the end of the break.
Or what I mean by the efficiency is if somebody's using the restroom and you feel like you're going to need a snack or a little shot of water, or you need to stretch, do it then, so that we're not stopping again later on down the road. We try to make the most out of our stops, and it's, there's a line of several people, and you need a little bite to eat or a little drink of water. Do it then. That way, when we're moving, we're moving again.
The cutoff, has anybody, not without been here to have done before, the ones that, okay. So you know that when you get to subzone, you've got, once you get to that range where we get the permits, we've got another about an hour to get to the top, because it's a long day. If we don't get to that bottom, to the ranger by 1 o'clock, it's a no-go, because it's a long way up, and it's also a long way back down. So we do have our time cut off. Thunderheads, weather. My first trip, we got to Subdome and didn't proceed because there was rain, and it's just a slick rock granite. Some people went up not from our group because we heeded the advice of the ones who knew. And I'm still, we're all good with that. But we want you to get to the top. Our main concern is that you're safe.
So we're going to go into safety. Basically, the on your little outlines it says 1 mile per hour. So we've broken it down to where when you're going up, it's about a 1 mile per hour pace. If you can imagine that. If you put your incline on your Stairmaster, on your treadmill, it's about a 1 mile per hour average. So some spots we're going to make them ground because we're going fast on flat. Other spots it's going to be slow going because you're going to go a little ways. You're going to take a breath. So we just average it out. It's important that when we go out on practice hikes that you do the best you can. Try not to lollygag. Yeah, we like to talk. We like to get to know each other so that you build like a level of trust with each other, because you're going to have to trust us. If somebody gets hurt, something happens, we're all there for each other. But we want you to go on your pace. We don't want you to kill yourself. We don't want you to lollygag. We want you to see where you're at because we want to put you in the right group. And you know, if you're some superstar athlete and can go really, really fast, but you got a buddy that isn't as fast as you are and they're going on a slower group, then that's fine. But we don't want to put you someplace where you're gonna kill yourself trying to keep pace with somebody that is at a different level than you. We want you to stay together in groups. We don't want people to disappear by themselves. There are some areas that are dangerous if you don't know where you're going or you get off the trail. And we had people that didn't want to listen and they like took, you know, physically you're not little kids. We're not gonna stop you. But we're gonna strongly encourage you to stay with the group because we know the path. We know where you need to be. We don't want anybody to get hurt. We haven't lost a person yet, and we plan on keeping it that way. So. And this is not a death march. This is kind of more of a enjoy the scenery, enjoy the company, enjoy the journey, and we're gonna get you there. We're gonna get you safe. Even if we have to carry you, we will carry you out, but we're gonna get you back safe. Just listen to us. Take care of each other. Look out for your partners as we're hiking, and we're getting to know each other. You're gonna see how people are. Some people are really strong. They're never gonna sweat. Other people. You're gonna see their breathing patterns. You're gonna be walking next to people, you're gonna hear their breathing, you're gonna see their faces. If you start seeing one of your partners that is overexerting, let them know. Take a look out for each other. Hey, it's okay, we can slow down. We're giving ourselves enough time to where we take lots of breaks and we look after each other.
And that's where you need to be honest with us. So we say, hey, Carrie, how are you doing? She says fine, and she looks funny because we had it like change. Okay, so I took her on, she was fine, and then Michelle comes a few minutes later and Carrie's about fainting. She's about, so you need to be honest with us when we say, how are you doing? Nobody wants to be that last person.
I'm gonna be the last, more likely one of us is gonna be the last person.
So what we find is that if you listen to them, and if they say, take a break, take a sip of water, take a break and take a sip of water.
We're gonna be watching you. We're pretty intuitive as far as listening to everybody that's with us and to ourselves, and we're not going to let you kill yourself. I don't care. This last year, we had a couple people that couldn't make the cables. I'm cool. We've been up lots of times. I'm cool with it. You know, I mean, if something happens, whatever, you're not hurting my feelings if I don't make it up to the top. I'm cool with it. But safety first. That's our main priority. That's our main. Nobody's going to give you a trophy. You're not going to win a toaster because you made it up the cables. That's not our goal. Our goal is, let's make this an enjoyable trip, make the most of it. Our goal is to get everybody to the top. If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. We're not going to kill ourselves trying to get to the top.
We've only missed going to the top twice over the last 12 years due to weather, and those were actually some of the most fun trips because we were still up there and we just had a variation of the
weather. If the weather gets really bad up there, it's not worth your safety. And some people will get to there and they're like, you know what, I really don't want to go up to the top, and they'll hang out at the top of Subdome and not go up the cables, and it's a good time to relax, unwind, maybe if you want to go meditate, if you want to just be at one with nature, that's cool. It's a good spot for that. The scenery is awesome, it's beautiful, and it's a good time to chill out, you know, and if you want to go up to the top, we'll get you. And when we set it up to when we're going up the cables, we're safe, we make everybody take a harness, something we're going to cover later on. And we're going up as a group, and we're going to put you in between coaches that have experience going up there, and we're going to pace you. I mean, like I said, if we have to carry you, we will carry you. We're going to set it up to where we're safe going up, and we're safe going down. So, and if you decide it's not meant for me, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. That's fine. You have that option.
I think it's good to remember that even if you're thinking, oh, I'm doing this no matter what, you're going to have to stay open, and we'll talk about this during the hikes, that day you will really have no idea what's going to happen. We have some people who are superstar athletes and then they get up there and something changes, and so we'll be working with you during all the practice hikes to let you know that it's okay, and we'll have a lot of acceptance around wherever you're at and whatever happens that day. Timberlake, will you be ready for some training?
Michelle's got a training calendar here.
It's pretty hot.
And so not only is it whatever this calendar is called, but it's got the by weeks of what the suggested. And I will say, it will become somewhat obvious if you're not doing anything. this is what she does. She'll know. Just, yeah. Didn't know you need to do stairs. Stairs are on the intervals. Stairs. Again, it's a lot of cardio. And I will say, along with the physical training that she's got, there's the emotional.
The harder you work during this training cycle, the more enjoyable your trip is going to be, because you're not going to be struggling.
And the better you will feel after the hike.
Yes.
So it's not only about getting you to the top, because the first time we've seen people going up who look like you're still going up, and then we've seen people down at the bottom who they're just, and I think the difference is Michelle's training program, because she knows that the movements you need to hone in order to have a successful trip.
And just to give you an idea what's on that, if you're on your treadmill, we like you guys doing stairs. There's stairs at Del Oro Stadium that are always helpful. There's hills that Leslie's been working on in the past few months because she's like, I need to get a jump start on this. There's hills around town over by Rockland High School, there's a hill. And then there's a Sierra College Hill. There's also the Cat Hill in Rockland. Cat Loop. So there's lots of things to just get your body moving with stairs and hills. And then there's also a lot of squats, and we have some of the stuff on there for push-ups. And if you can't really do push-ups, if there's something you can't do on there, we'll make a variation for you. But you need upper body strength. It's amazing how much upper body strength is going to help you go up those cables and even up the mountain, because you're going to be using this part of your body.
And as we're going through the practice hikes, if you're not a hiker or you really haven't done a whole lot of hiking in the past, we're going to give you some pointers on how to work more efficiently as we're climbing or going down. Just to kind of get to know your body if it's not something that you're used to.
And this, honestly, if you're like, I don't know if I'm in shape for it, if your mind is like you're really determined and you want to do it, and then you combine that with the training, you're going to be fine. And if it's something that you really desire, if you're trying to talk a friend into doing it with you, make sure that their heart really wants to do it too. Everyone can do it, right, Stacey? I mean, everyone. We've had all different kinds of people. She's brought a lot of friends, and and they've all done it, and it's nice. So just don't be so hard on yourself. We don't want to scare you about the training, but the mental part of it's a huge part. Yeah. We're going to move on to equipment.
Okay, so equipment, that's going to be a big part of what we do. We have a little display up here. This is just a minor taste of what you're going to need. And we're going to go lots of different options. A lot of this is just personalized preference. We have different packs. REI is awesome because they have so many different things. You really want to fit things, especially your shoes. Your shoes are like number one, okay? I got some different samples. Shoes, I'm just going to cover some really minor basics, and then we can go into more detail after during the question and answer part. You want to have shoes that you have enough distance in the toe box, okay? So if you normally have like a 1/4 inch in front, you want a little bit more distance because it's a lot of downhill, and your foot's going to be sliding. You don't want to get blisters on your toes. You want to have something that's extremely comfortable, and you want to have some support and grip, okay? Because the face of this rock is a little slick, not super slick. That's why we don't go up it if it's wet also. But people have been climbing up this thing for years. They've buffed it out over the years. So you want to have something that's got a little bit of grip on slick surfaces, like a floor, like what we're walking on here. Determine whether you need something that's high top, mid top, or low top. Okay. Main thing, you want the sport, you want the comfort, and you want to have enough room in the toe box. These guys right here, we strongly recommend REI because they have a great return policy. You can wear your shoes on a hike. You start getting blisters, they don't fit, they will take them back.
And I just want to say that we are not affiliated with REI.
Yeah, we're not getting any commission or
There's
anything
something
like this.
providing the vendor.
Yeah, but it's awesome when you buy a pair of shoes, you go out on a hike and you're like, oh my God, my feet are killing me. It's super nice to be able to bring them back, and sorry, these shoes didn't work for me, and they take them back, no questions asked. Fleet Feet also does the same thing. But anyways, socks, get you a good pair, get you 2 pairs of good wicking socks. If you're gonna wear a high top, mid top, low top, make sure that your socks are extending out at least an inch outside of the boot. It's part of the cooling system. The outside of the top portion of the sock needs to be higher than the boot. Don't wear any like no-show socks below the boot. You want them to be above because it's part of the wicking system. We have liners. They They can reduce the risk of blisters. They have all that stuff here. Ask them. I've never worn it, but everybody swears by them. Poles, we'll go over poles later on. If you, everybody that uses them loves them and swears by them. I like to have my hands free in case I need to catch myself because I'm old and clumsy. If I need to grab onto something, I don't want to have poles in my hands. But everybody that uses them loves them. Harnesses, we have like the full kind of climbing harness, and then we have these rescue belts. Okay, these, and there's different types. I'll go over the different brands. Make sure you get something from a reputable company. 511 makes a good band, a good rescue belt. Blackhawk makes another one. There's other couple of companies, and I'll point you in the right direction as to where you can get those. We also rent some out. We have the limited supply of these. These are rescue belts, basically stuff. I'm in law enforcement, worked in law enforcement for over 20 years, and I did rescues before, and this is the kind of stuff that we would use these to strap ourselves into a helicopter so that it didn't fall. So you want that kind of a belt.
So just to let you guys know, there is no requirement by HAFDM to have that kind of system, but it's our Achieve It
It's our policy,
that we
because-
do have it, because there's something mental just knowing you're clipped in. I mean, they're always, sometimes you'll go and they'll say that's not gonna save you, but it's amazing how many times we've been up there and we've been able to be clipped in and watched people.
Now, just as an example, I think that every one of you guys, if you guys do this program and you do the training, you will be plenty strong enough to go up and down the cables without a harness. However, and I did it the first few times without a harness, and then I took my kids up, okay? And as I'm taking my kids up for the first time, I'm thinking, they're strong enough too, but I'm thinking, what if somebody falls down above us and starts tumbling down like a bowling ball? Then guess what? You may be out of luck. This is a lifeline. You may not need it. You're probably not going to need it if you do the workouts with us. I can guarantee you can make it up and back without this. But this is a lifeline in case somebody else messes up. That's all this is. Okay? It's just a way to ensure that you're going to get back safety. Water bottles, we're going to go over water bottles. You want a water bottle so you can mix your electrolytes in it. These have it's a standard size mouth. Okay? The reason we don't care what kind of bottle you buy, but we want you to have this size mouth right here because this fits onto the standardized water filters that we use.
And
So,
there's standardized ones that are skinnier. That's a really fat one.
so this is a fat bottle. They have skinnier bottles that may fit in your pack better. You can hang them from carabiners on your belt loops, from your packs. But we just want you to get something that has this size mouth so that we can hook it into the water filters when we have to filter water.
And we'll be taking care of all the water filtering. You are not responsible to carry your filters. We're going to be doing all the filtering and refilling your water for you.
Yeah, the coaches will be
Yeah.
filling up the water. Gloves, different options. Don't go spending a bunch of money unless you really have to have some certain fancy gloves.
Those are pretty.
These are nice. So if you have, what you want is you want something that has a little bit of grip to them. You can use cheap gardening gloves. You can go down to Home Depot or Lowe's and buy yourself some like cheap cotton gloves with the little rubber little dots on there. Something that has grip. Okay, the cables, but definitely have gloves because the cables will get frayed sometimes and they have little like splinters that come off them. You don't want those in your hand. If it's summertime, they may get hot. So get you some gloves that give you a little bit of protection. Also, they have a little bit of grip, but don't go spend a bunch of money. I've worn batting gloves. I've worn gardening gloves. Do not buy the gloves that are like the cotton, the cheap little work gloves that look like they've been dipped in paint. Don't buy those because they fall apart. I know from trial and error. So, yard gloves, batting gloves, bike gloves. Just as long as it has some type of grip and it's going to protect you from the elements, then you're good to go. And let me see if I missed anything. Electrolytes. These right here, they have a good selection here. There's other specialty stores, sporting goods stores. They have salt tabs, electrolytes, energy drinks that have electrolytes in them. We want you to start looking at these things if you haven't used these products before, because when we're on this hike, a guy my size, I wore a heart rate monitor on one trip just to see where I was at, and I think I burned like 7,000 calories. I burned 7,000 calories on the trip. Okay, so the thing about this, also hydration, you can't put back in when you're losing as fast as you're losing. So when we start this hike, we want to go in extremely hydrated. We're going to talk about this during the hikes, and you want to be hydrated along the way. It's not like we stop and you drink and you kind of get replenished and then you go. It's more like you're going and you're sipping on water. Sipping on water, taking a little bite of something, keeping your body going, keeping your body fueled up. So what we want you to do is we want you to kind of talk to us about this during question and answer. We want you to look for different ways that you can get the electrolytes that you need as we're hiking. And we want you to try these, try whatever you're going to use on the trial hikes, because we don't want you to go into the big half-dome hike where when you get something you haven't tried, you don't know, maybe your stomach was sensitive to something, maybe something doesn't hit you right. So we want you to be working on getting what you need during all the practice hikes. So, or even on your workouts, on your own personal workouts. There's all different kinds of products. Look them up. They're all out here. Ask us if we have recommendations on things that have worked for us, but that doesn't mean necessarily that it's going to work for you. So talk to us, and we'll kind of help you out with that question and answer. Carabiners, if you buy your own, we recommend that you buy at least this size or bigger. Okay? We used to buy some that were smaller. Reason being, this size right here fits over the cable. It doesn't stick. It has enough room for you to walk up, slip, slide up, get to the next pole. If you're really, really nervous about it, you can get 2 of them. You can get 2 leader lines and 2 carabiners so that you're always hooked in. But most of us will go up to the pole, have a lock on, make sure you're stable, grab onto the cable, unhook, get on the other side of the pole, clip in, and then we move. And typically, as we go up the cables in a group, we set up like a little, almost like an assembly line. And we're sitting there and we're like, okay, is everybody good? And we'll be talking to you. Hey, take a deep breath, catch your breath. Okay, it's you know, it can be nervous. You know, you can be nervous up there. It happens. Catch your breath. Ready? Is everybody good? We check. Okay, and then we move together. Boom! Everybody goes up together, and you'll see the line. You'll see like this big conga line looking thing, and we're like, boom, boom, and we're all climbing together. You know, I mean, so there's somebody right there with you. You know, if you're nervous, we're there to encourage you and motivate you and keep you safe. So.
I just want to say about the climb. Is there anybody here who has YouTubed the climb?
At the cables. At the cables.
Okay. For those who haven't, don't. Because it's always, I imagine it's probably which Blair project was, like kind of with their shaky cameras and their angle. And everybody who has said that they've watched the YouTube videos, oh my God. And it puts that apprehension or fear when it might not really be necessary. It's not yours.
I don't like hikes. I've had to do stuff with hikes in my career. I never liked it. And the first time we went together by ourselves, when I got to the first part where I saw Subdome, I was like, oh my God, what are we? But I couldn't miss out, you know, because I couldn't be a sissy. I couldn't be the sissy, you know. So I was like, all right, yeah, whatever, it's fine. But deep down inside, I was like, oh man, this looks kind of scary. But one step at a time. We'll get you through it. Promise you, we will get you through it.
Is it a different ladder going up than going down?
It's
No.
the same.
So how do you go?
It's a very small, skinny little.
It's kind of
It's like this.
Yeah.
So
Do you
I'm
just
going
go
up
past?
and it's coming
You can
down.
reach both cables with one body. You can reach both cables. It's about this wide right here. So as you're going up and as you're going up, there's going to be people coming down more likely. By the time we get there, like I said, this isn't a death march. So we're pacing ourselves to where we're getting everybody up there safe in a timely manner, and we get back in time where we can eat and have a
And
couple drinks.
it's talking. It's talking to the person above or below you.
Yeah.
Hey, are you going out? I'm going out. I got somebody who needs to get down. It really is just talking about the person that you come upon.
And it is just kind of one step at a time, kind of like this whole process. I know this is a lot of information right now and a lot of unknowns, but what we want you to know is that we're just going to kind of walk you through it one step at a time. All you need to do now is kind of get an idea of what your questions might be. What we're going to do is, I have everything written out for you. So if you didn't remember, or you're not the person that writes it down, everything is listed. So we have the training calendar, and then we also have the other handout that actually tells you what equipment you need on the first hike. And that's what's so important about the training hikes. One, they're fun because you start to get to know everyone, and we've had people make lifelong friendships from this group, and people have been marketing and doing their business with each other, and that's probably a really another fun part of coming
Together now.
I know. It's such good stuff. But that's where all this stuff is. Your mind is probably like, okay, what kind of shoes, what kind of this, what kind of that. It's all gonna happen, and we're gonna help you through the whole thing. So if you're feeling a little nervous, don't be. We're just keep doing one step at a time and walk you through it. So we'll go into the food and the hydration just really quickly. The food is not included in the trip. Like, I'm not gonna cook for you and make your sandwiches
You don't
for
want me
the
to
trip.
cook for you.
We don't want, yeah, she's pretty good. But we're going to be talking about what foods that we do recommend for efficiency in the body. And then, like you said, electrolytes, we're always cautious about, you trying out different salt tablets or electrolytes. The one thing that I can't have you do is I can't have you bring Gatorade or Powerade. That stuff is no
You
good
shouldn't
for
say
your...
that. No
No,
high
I
fructose corn syrup.
I'm saying no Gatorade to the video, no Gatorade, no Powerade. It's just not good for you. They don't even allow it in other countries. So we'll be working other ways to get the electrolytes more naturally and through food. You're going to be carrying your food in your pack, so we don't want a teeny tiny little pack. You need to be able to carry your breakfast and your lunch and your snacks throughout the day. There is no Starbucks on the top or even halfway, and even at the ground level, it's not open at 4 a.m. or 5 or 6. So you're going to be all self-contained. With your food, there is a bear box, and we have some pictures up here. Maybe we don't. But you'll be able to bring your little pack, a little ice chest, and keep it next to your cabin, so you'll have a place for your food.
If you need caffeine, you can get electrolytes that have caffeine in them. So a lot of the electrolytes will have caffeine in them.
And coffee was a big deal, and we usually always have someone who's like, they're not going to go anywhere without the coffee. Was it you? Yeah, it's her. And yeah, it's a couple. There's my fans, the coffee. And they will make sure that you have coffee somehow, some way. And like you said, some of the rooms they don't really have electricity, but we figured out how to take the bulbs out and then put the electricity up there and plug in our coffee. So we'll be doing that again. So if you have a need of coffee, tea, or something like that, let us know and we'll play around. We'll figure out who's going to be in charge of that. And, some of you guys are really good on the coffee.
For the pack, we recommend that you have at least a 3-liter glass.
Yeah, which is this
100 ounces. 100 ounces. Don't bring something smaller than that. We've tested it out, and when we get to the water fill station, we're gonna have about it's gonna be almost 7-mile turnaround trip on the highest elevation part and the cables. So we want you to have enough water to get up and back. And it may be hot, may be cold, we don't know. So better
We
safe
had a
than sorry.
storm is out in July, and then we've also had one, snowstorm, like 18 degrees at the top in September. It's just random, you never can tell. So, did you have something?
I
Melissa?
have some, but I'll wait until later.
Okay, all right. So what's gonna, so if you're, let the questions come up. If you are like, yeah, I really want to grab a spot, you can grab a spot and then we'll give you a calendar. You'll also fill out a medical release form. I know some of you guys have already paid, but we need to get a new medical release form that's appropriate for Halfden for us here. And then you'll also be getting this little profile sheet, and this will help you kind of get ready and prepared for the first practice hike that's happening on May 25th. We'll be going to Loch Levens, which is just right up Highway 80. It's about an 8-mile round trip. It's a really great practice hike. But on here, it's going to have your equipment checklist, all the things that you need to have by the 25th of May. And again, like if you don't have this or you don't, only thing we really want you to spend money on is make sure your shoes are correct. But other than that, if you need to piece things together or come and talk to us about renting out a pack, a harness, leader line, and all that, come and see us for that, and we'll work with you at that part.
Or
But
if you have a
this
friend
will
that
help
has a
us.
pack that you can borrow.
We found like almost a great, 100% success rate. Just put it out on Facebook and someone is always willing to, oh my God, I want you to borrow this. They're not using it. It feels good to share, huh?
I have a harness that I won't be using.
Yeah, there it is. You already have a harness there.
Saves you $80.
Yeah. So, so we're going to kind of wrap it up here and start to go in if there are any outside questions. But just so you know how we do payments, we have 129 non-refundable deposit. That's if you know you want a spot and there's no ifs, ands, or buts because you tried to get permits and you were denied permits. And that's a big thing, that people just don't have permits. And it's really challenging to get permits and a room all at the same time. And so it's already done for you. And if you want that guarantee, you can put your 129 deposit and get rolling on it. We have a full amount will be due on May 25th for the cheapest, most efficient rate. If you need to split it up into payment plans, perfect. Every time you come to a practice hike, you'll just have a little bit due each time. And then for cancellations, every year we have someone that either gets injured or hurt or there's something that goes on. We'll kind of work with you, but if you've taken the spot all the way up till the third practice hike, there's usually a pretty good, we can't refill that spot in 3 weeks, so there's a certain amount, I have it laid out here, which is due. If it's something unexpected like injury, we may be able to move that and hold it for you for next year. But if you know like things aren't really working out, let us know sooner versus later so we can start letting the people that are on the waiting list take your spot. Is that clear? All right, I think it's open time for questions.
We get a free t-shirt.
Yes. All right, thanks. Get the shirts. We never know what they're gonna look like. It's different every year, but these have been my favorites. So I'm like, I think I want this, but 2019 and maybe in blue. I don't know. We'll see. But yes, free t-shirt.
Can you tell us about the coaches?
Tell me about the coaches. Obviously, you've met the two superstar coaches. And then we have superstar Nico, which is Pepe's son. He's been up a couple times. He's also on the sheriff's department. Very kind and helpful. So no matter what pace you're at, he's very, just a very calming presence and very helpful. We have Gasol. This will be his third year going up. And he's also in the sheriff's department. So he loves the trip. And again, very cool spirit, just really chill. It's probably what, late 20s, early 30s, just a chill, fun guy. And then we have Dean, who's been on the trip a few times, and he's been doing the GoPro. He's our superstar athlete, so some of you that like to go a little faster, I'll probably be with Dean. I won't see him, I'll be in the back, hanging back. And then we have two other coaches. We'll mention Conrad. Conrad's been with us for years. He's not going this year. He's going to be in Spain. He's also in the sheriff's department. And then our other coach is Steve Winsmer. Depending on if we need him or not, again, he's a very kind and knowledgeable hiker. So we have lots of support for you guys.
All of us that, everybody that we have picked over the years as a coach has a ton of experience. All the guys I used to supervise and was on tactical teams for many years, and all my guys that I bring out here over the years were guys that if they needed to, they will save your life if they need to. And all these guys that are experienced, but they also have the right personality where they know it's not a death march. We're there to support and encourage you and to make sure that you
We already sifted out the ones that.
yeah.
Just
I'm not cool with that ones and they were
these are our solid number one grade.
Has anybody ever counted them?
It's probably going to be about 3 miles of stairs.
The number, I imagine the number is out there somewhere. Google it. You can look it up.
It's going to be about 30% of the hike is going to be stairs. There's stairs going up in this trail. There's stairs on and stairs on something.
You can't just do the stair look because the stairs. If you guys, for those of you guys that haven't been up there, there's stairs that have been cut in the rock, okay, over the years. And so some of the stairs are like regular stairs. Some of them are like really big stairs.
Some are like this, some are like this.
Yes.
Did Del Oro stairs like 6 or 8 times keep going? Will that do it?
Well, it'll help, yeah, for sure. But you want to mix it up, and you want to get some interval training. You want to
And walking.
And you want to do like every now and then mix it up. Do like the double stairs, 2 stairs at a time. But because
Yeah, that's where those lunges will come in because some of the steps might be this big, some are a little bit taller, some are just, it's not it's not a contractor stare. They did an
They're not up to
amazing
code.
job.
They're not up to code.
But it's definitely, some of them are kinda,
And Leslie, you'll be fine if you're doing the training like you have been, and we've been in contact, and we'll keep watching you, and we'll keep encouraging you to do exactly what you're doing. You're fine.
I think I'm okay with all of this.
Okay,
Just
good.
stuff along. I have some more questions.
Sure.
You said about the water. Now I have a pack, and they said that I could put a bladder in that, but you also need a container too?
Yes.
You need both of those?
Yes, because the bladder, when you're going up there, and you have the bladder is for your water. You don't want to put electrolyte stuff in your bladder because it'll clog your little drinking tube.
Okay.
So this is, if you need extra water, but more so that you can mix your electrolytes in here. So what we'll do is you can fill this up out of your bladder or from the fuel stations,
Okay.
and then you'll put in your tablets or whatever you're drinking, let it mix. Be careful with some of the stuff that seals, because some of the electrolyte tablets, like the ones that fizz, like this, they'll build pressure in there and it'll start to leak. So you gotta be conscious of it. If you put in your tablets, you may want to leave the lid off it for a minute and let it completely dissolve and then cap it. You'll see. I mean,
We have
it's
so
not-
many tricks and tips
Yeah.
like that, you're gonna get so much
Yeah.
you
information.
know, one of our hikers, she absolutely did not want the bladder. I like it because then my water's right here. She actually took, I don't know how many water bottles. And because she didn't like sucking on the bladder.
She didn't like the taste of
So
plastic.
You're buying
even though we say the bladder, if that's not going to work for you, then bring a bunch of water bottles.
And these
But you
bladders,
need to
when they're
get
in, they have a funny
enough
taste to
water.
them. They have a funny taste. So
When
you
they're
gotta wash
tasty.
them out a couple times and use them. Wash them out, put water in them, and it's gonna have a little funny taste to them initially.